Approaching Sol Relay, Commander.
Shepard. Shepard. Excellent timing. Good to have you here.
We're through the relay in 30 seconds.
Welcome to the Mass Effect 3 review. Now, the first of the game of the series was available through backwards compatible via EA Access. I was able to only achieve 15 of the achievements, 49 total, because I was still trying to get a hold of the mechanics of the game. It was kind of complicated. The third-person cover thing was still kind of dodgy. I wasn't really into it, but the storyline was great. Basically, you're like, an ex-soldier who becomes a Spectre, the first human to do so. It's a very xenophobic game, which is great because it kind of gives you like a hint of what we would do as a society, as a species. Now, with this role, I was giving a hard choice between choosing a girl I was into or another my teammate. Yes, I thought with my other head and saved the girl that I wanted to sleep with. But it's a repercussion that you kind of live through as these games progress. You make hard choices that, live with you. And, it's pretty damn great. Now, fighting the main bad guy in the Citadel, it was pretty damn cool seeing a giant mechanical octopus thing going to kill pretty much everybody in the galaxy. It's pretty cool. The Citadel is kind of like the capital of the galaxy. You also discover these weird, freaking zombies, mechanical zombies, that, these mechanical evil bad guys, Reapers, they go to these planets and take a hold of the population and transform them. Now that's the first game. Once the second one comes up, basically you're dead and you start all over. Now this game I got a little bit more into. As you can see, I got 40 achievements out of 62. I got more into it just simply because I was invested, prior from the first game. And they kind of walk you through it, how to make your character the same again. This wonderful room over here you see, you take orders from someone called the Elusive Man, who's basically sitting on this chair giving you missions and stuff. He gives you this beautiful robotic looking lady to kind of like guide you and supposedly fall in love with you. I didn't choose that. I didn't fall in love with anybody in the second one. I was too busy getting my stuff together, right? But the mechanics were a little bit improved in the fighting, so that was pretty cool. I think this one was one of my favorites because you're basically just exploring the galaxy. You meet new crew members, and you get, random orders here and there, and it's pretty damn cool. I kind of wish that these series would take a slower turn and develop these kind of, mission-based things. Now, maybe in the future, they can have like something called a Spectre program, where you basically fight in this time period. Maybe not as this particular character, but somebody else. The second and the first game were pretty flawless. By the time the third one comes along, you kind of have characters like Kai Ling over here who, they're kind of lame. And I hated that. really, really hated it. So it felt like, they took a stab at the fan base in quality. But other than that, you know, the first 2 games were pretty damn great. This bad guy is from the third. Like I said, it just felt like tying in loose ends for the third. Now, the third one, I achieved 51 achievements out of 68. A little bit more invested. I think I got like almost 52 hours of gameplay without the loading screens and stuff. Which is why, you know, I reviewed it because it is one of my favorites. I'll get to the ending later. I actually like the ending. I know, crucify me, right? But it's because I was invested in 3 games. Now, the third game, you start off as a, you know, reinstated Spectre. You're trying to get your crew back together. Depending on the choices that you made prior, you're going to be able to get new crew members or old ones, you know, and it's up to you to forge, you know, kind of your destiny. I was able to have new crew members, you know. I love these 2, Garius and Yara. They're my favorite, for reasons, obviously. You know, because they're the original, from the original game.
Come on. Maybe we can take some action.
So yeah, you start off over here as a Spectre and trying to get the galaxy back in order. Your crew is very important to you. I was really worried that some of them were gonna die, and you know, the Normandy is we get a new one because the other one kind of something happened to it. The gameplay is pretty damn awesome. Well, let's get to that later. The story basically. The Reapers are taking over the galaxy. They appear in each important system, and it's your job to use your scanner to find clues on how to defeat them, resources for the giant armada that you're going to be able to use against them, and also clues on how to stop them. Because Reapers are basically like a cycle. They're just cleaning house, getting rid of all organic life in the galaxy. You're looking for like temples like these, or you know, giant machines like the Crucible, to kind of fight them, to fight the Reapers, and you know, trying to find like a solution to this giant problem. And you're given the task to basically do this, have peace between all these nations of different, you know, planets and galaxies, and your home planet is being torn to crap. It was one of the really epic moments that I really enjoyed from this game. Just walking down the streets, you know, knowing that everything was going to go to go to hell pretty soon. It felt pretty big. It felt like a giant responsibility, and yeah. Pure epicness, man. One of the best things about this game is that, you know, it's not perfect, but it's enjoyable. Over here we have a platform that I want my teammates to snipe somebody, you know. I want to be able to be like, okay, stay back here. You know, you have the indicators, and I'm going to go over here, you know, get my scope or my machine gun and try to, like, you know, do some damage over here, you know. The monsters are over there, you know. So I'm like, well, you know, I want to be able to shoot them from back here, or at least get their attention, because once I step down there, I cannot climb back up and I'm screwed. You know, so I shoot like a warning shot, they don't respond, they don't hear me. I'm like, okay. So you try, you know, shooting at them, and it really doesn't do anything. They don't really go like, oh, hey, someone's shooting at us. I should go over there and, you know, do some damage. So I was dumb enough over here, and I was like, I'm trying to get their attention, and it's not working. So this is one of the things that maybe in the next generation they can fix, because it's kind of dumb that as soon as I step over here, the door closes, my teammates are stuck, and I'm screwed. You have like 2 giant hulking things over here. Of course, I'm panicking on this one. The duck and cover, you know, it seems to not work when you're panicky. So over here, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna die. I'm not even shooting. And then I was like, you know what? I'm getting angry. My shield is pretty crappy right now, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot for fun. And as it turns out, I was able to, use my charge, biotic charge, and, ooh, man, that was horrible. So yeah, as you can tell, with the third person, you can't really turn very fast. You can do some things to kind of help out your fight, but it feels a little sluggish at times, a little bit slow, and that's when it doesn't work. When it doesn't work, you're kind of like angry and pissed off. You're like, God, like for instance, my teammates are nowhere to be found. They're still stuck back there in the door. I mean, sure, I told them to stay there, but you figure that once like bad guys like show up, oh, there they are. They just popped back in. But anyways, about the gameplay, it's basically like not turn-based, but you do kind of freeze action, to get to the axis wheel. I kind of like that. Gives you a little bit of pause. Now, when it works, oh man, this game's kind of a beauty on its own. I don't know if they should switch to first person, for the action and shooting, but when it works, it's beautiful. You're kind of like, take pleasure in just, smacking people around. Even if you use cover, when you're very much aware of your surroundings and what the controller scheme can do, your powers, your guns, how much your shield can take, you're able to just do some really amazing stuff. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really like this game, is that when it works, it works. When it doesn't, it's kind of annoying, but not irritating. And yeah, the other reason why this game works really well is because it has a wonderful message of unity. If you talk to anybody who served in the military, there's a giant role of the United States to unify the world and all these different people. Mass Effect kind of takes like similar approach where the humans are kind of like leading everybody in unity against an outside threat. And it has a really beautiful story, epic message of helping one another for a greater purpose. Much like the Ender games, the Ender storylines and stuff. It's a military action adventure with so vast scope that you get really into it. And if you haven't read any of the graphic novels or novels, I would suggest to expand your horizons and definitely give it a shot. I was pleasantly surprised how much I ended up loving this. Like I said before, I tried this with EA Access for free, and man, I was hooked. These cutscenes don't do it justice because, man, the epicness of this game, this trilogy is amazing. The consequences and the friends you build. I mean, I do have a couple of minor nitpicks here and there, but overall, it's one of the best video game series out there, and it's epic, just epic. It makes you think of Star Wars or Halo or Gears of War or Star Trek for that matter. I highly recommend that you play this, and with the next installment coming up, I give it a 9 out of 10 because I played all the DLC on my new 4K TV with the Xbox One S. I had invested playing the first and second, better mechanics on this one, and a really cool epic story. So it gets a 9 out of 10. So be sure to support it. Oh yeah, and I have a crush on this lady, but I just want to hear one more story. Andromeda, here we go.